Hey y'all, Mike here from allamerican.org, and today I'm talking about ovens, stoves, and cooktops made in the USA. So I don't think I've ever talked about large appliances on this channel, so I'm super excited to dive into the category today. There's a lot of intricacies when it comes to the manufacturing of these huge home appliances that apply to this category, but not really to some other durable goods like maybe clothing and accessories. And that's primarily because of the types of materials that are used in large home appliances. It is generally very difficult to find 100% made in the USA home appliances because of things like raw material availability and component manufacturing domestically versus internationally for some more complex components. Now that's pretty easy for something like a pair of jeans where the raw materials are things like cotton and other textile materials that a lot of US suppliers have readily available. But in large home appliances, there's a lot more complex raw materials that go into the final product. For one, for a lot of appliances that have electronic controls and things like energy efficient motors, they use a lot of rare earth minerals that are primarily mined in countries like China. There are also limited domestic suppliers for really specialized components like compressors, circuit boards, and sensors that are used in a lot of these home appliances. Our government is continually introducing new incentives to try and close the gap on component manufacturing, particularly for high-tech components like semiconductors, but we certainly still have a very long way to go before we hit self-sufficiency. So all of these different factors definitely apply when we're talking about big appliances like ovens, stoves, and cooktops. So all of the brands that I'm mentioning in today's video are just assembled in the US using some domestic components as well as some sourced internationally. And of course we have some written research on this topic as well, so I'll put a link to that on allamerican.org in the description below, as well as the cards at the top of the video. All right, y'all, I know this is a bit more of a complicated topic, so definitely leave your questions in the comments section below. And we'll go ahead and dive into these great American assembled brands for cooktops, ovens, and stove ranges. First up is 5 Star. 5 Star is based in Cleveland, Tennessee, and has been committed since 1935 of building really high quality professional ranges for home kitchens. The brand was created by Grover Cleveland Brown and has continued to be family owned for several generations. Since 5 Star's Pro Style ranges were introduced in 1990, they've actually received a bunch of different awards for craftsmanship and quality, and they continue to manufacture and assemble all of their ranges at their Cleveland, Tennessee factory, which they've been in since 1935. Next up is Viking Range Corp. Viking's a pretty popular name in the home appliance industry, particularly for ranges, and they've been doing it really well for over 40 years out of Greenwood, Mississippi. They became part of Middleby Corporation in 2013, and typically when you see some of these roll-ups of different companies, manufacturing footprints might change, but so far for Viking, they are still doing all of their final assembly at several factories across Mississippi. Next up is Big Chill Appliances. Big Chill is based in Boulder, Colorado. They're a large appliance manufacturer that is most well known for their really retro style appliances. So they're things like fridges, but also stove ranges and other large home appliances that you would use in the kitchen. Big Chill got started by a guy named Thom Vernon when he was designing his beach house. He thought, hey, probably be cool to have a kind of retro 50s style refrigerator in the kitchen. So they started with fridges and have expanded their product line since then. But they're keeping most of their production pretty close to home, doing all of their design, assembly, and final shipping right here in the US. Next up is Blue Star. Blue Star is based in Reading, Pennsylvania, and got started all the way back in 1880 as the Prizer Painter Stoveworks Company. They manufacture a full line of residential and commercial coal ranges, as well as some other appliances like hot water heaters and things like that. The company grew pretty significantly since their founding in 1880, and in 2002, they introduced their restaurant quality ranges under the Blue Star brand. These ranges are known for being very interchangeable and flexible, with about 1,000 different style options and colors to choose from. But everything's been assembled in the US since 1880, so Blue Star is definitely a brand to check out. Next up is Peerless-Premier Appliance Company. These folks are based in Belleville, Illinois, and are a manufacturer of both gas and electric stove ranges. They got started in 1912 as Premier Stove Company and grew over the years and eventually got acquired in 1975 by a company called Peerless. They're a privately held company and have a ginormous manufacturing facility in Belleville, Illinois that spans 2 square blocks. They do all of their final assembly there using domestically sourced components as well as some internationally sourced components like I mentioned before when they can't find really complex components like compressors, electrical components, and things like that. Next up is American Range. American Range is based in California and they have a wide variety of large kitchen appliances that mostly fall into the luxury category. Their ranges and other appliances are super high quality and they also have really great customer service. So if you're looking for more of a high-end option for your kitchen, American Range is one to check out. One note on them is they were acquired by the Hatco Corporation back in 2022. Like I mentioned, some of those roll-up companies can tend to change manufacturing footprints quite quickly. We haven't seen that from American Range yet, but we'll keep our eye on them. And then a couple more brands to check out. Wolf, they do a lot of their assembly for their ovens and stove ranges in the US. And then Cooktop is a commercial grade kitchen option if you're a restaurant owner and looking for something like that. Alrighty y'all, that's it for this one. Like I said before, let me know if y'all have any questions in the comments section below. And as always, thanks for supporting your country and shopping American made. See y'all next time.